What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer, and I'm back with my reaction to the Summer Game Fest hype trailer, as well as my predictions for the show itself that are this Friday, which I'm super excited for. This will also include my predictions for the supposedly rumored PlayStation State of Play, and as well as the already announced Xbox Showcase, which is on the 8th, which I believe is Monday. So I'm excited to jump into it. So enough of me talking, let's get to it.
Life is one long series of problems to solve. The more you solve,
Expedition
the better a
33.
man you become.
I tell him down.
We want you to help us bring the world together.
On the energy.
There's something big out there.
I'm what you think about me.
Lord have mercy.
Oh man.
I am power.
The spice must flow.
Spoiler for
Break
Fliss
the cycle.
Fiction.
So she can't steal anyone else's future.
Finally, we'll have some proper entertainment in the countryside.
Nobody gon' move my soul, gon' move my off my man. Nobody gon' move my leg, gon' touch my glow, my head. Nobody gon'
Nice. Oh man, those shots of Marathon are.
The currents of intrigue run deeply.
It wasn't logical. But parts of me really believed my parents and their expedition had succeeded.
Oh,
Then
spoilers.
the just woke, and I knew they weren't coming home.
Never forget why you started. This is a family, and in this family, we follow our code of honor.
Drop the music!
Nobody gon' move my soul, gon' move my off my man. Nobody gon' move my leg, gon' touch my glow, my man. Nobody gon' nobody gon' touch my soul,
Guns and violence, the whole damn world could be yours.
Remember that next time you go around thinking you know everything.
Turn it off before he kills us all.
I do not feel obliged.
You set us down this path. And are you ready for the consequences?
Nobody gon' move my soul, gon' move my off my man. Nobody gon' move my leg, gon' touch my glow, my man.
Alright, I'm hyped. I am hyped. This did a good job. I am hyped. Alright, so that was the hype trailer for Summer Game Fest 2026, which is again this coming Friday. And yeah, I am hyped. Like, I what can I say? This was a very good trailer. But man, they put some, I'm assuming, spoilery stuff in there, because that thing was Split Fiction. I was like, whoa, that seemed like a that seemed like an important moment of something important from the game, and I feel like it might have been a spoiler. Same thing with actually no, not really Expedition 33, but yeah, well, maybe a little bit. Some stuff there I was like, oh wow, like I would kind of wish I didn't see that. But yeah, no, the thing I was like, ooh, was like the little segment. I mean, obviously this trailer was done long while ago, but yeah, them showing off those clips of Marathon with all its controversy and turbulence, it's a little like, ooh, ugh. It's funny how we got what is it, the Marvel Cosmic Invasion? We got basically two shots of it, I think, one of Storm and one of Venom, which is pretty cool. They had some Hell Is Us in there, which was surprising, and there were a few games I didn't recognize, because I saw Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, obviously Doom, The Dark Ages, and a few others I do know, but there were like one or two scenes that I'm not sure what game they're from, and I'm very curious to see if maybe they were like hinting at games they're going to show off. But overall, this was a fantastic trailer. I am really hyped up for Summer Game Fest, and I'm excited for possibly the rumored State of Play, and obviously the announced Xbox Showcase the following week on, I'm pretty sure it's Monday. So yeah, that being said, enough of this, let's get into the predictions. Just like every year, Summer Game Fest has a slew of partners, so that means a variety of games are bound to show up. Now, I am not going to remember every single game or whatever, but these are the ones just off the top of my head that I can think of. And in fact, let's go in order because, again, usually Sony will put a state of play sometime around Summer Game Fest, just so they can technically be part of it. And we haven't had that yet, which is weird because usually by now they'll at least give us a date for it. But I think last year they also just 2 days before or a day before just announced, hey, state of play tomorrow. But I really am expecting a state of play sometime next week before Friday. I'm gonna guess Wednesday. But so yeah, I'm just gonna go in order of the rumored state of play first, then my predictions for Summer Game Fest, and then we'll end it with Xbox. I know there's a whole bunch of other events in between there, but I'm just gonna go in that order for those three. So please bear with me if I miss something or get something wrong. But again, these are just my predictions, my thoughts. It's nothing foolproof. Just please be aware of that going forward. So starting with PlayStation, it's actually kind of funny because I'm actually having a hard time thinking of what they could possibly be showing. I mean, there's obviously Ghost of Yotei, but in my mind, I was thinking they're, just like Ghost of Tsushima, they were gonna have its own state of play, its own 20-minute state of play just dedicated to that game alone. But I could see them doing, maybe a gameplay trailer here, or if they do go the Ghost of Tsushima route, this state of play coming up could just be hey, here's a 10-minute thing of games coming up, and then the last 15 minutes or 20 minutes are just about Ghost of Yotei. I could see them doing that, so that's completely possible. But obviously there's Wolverine, but that thing has been so radio silent. I don't know, it's 50-50 chance that might show up. Yeah, what else? Intergalactic, I don't see them showing anything about that. I think it's been rumored or it's already been stated that game's not going to show up until 2027. So I just don't see that game. I just don't see it showing up here. If maybe, well, again, who knows? Maybe a gameplay trailer, but I honestly don't see Intergalactic showing up. Man, yeah, what could they be doing? Santa Monica Studios, the people behind God of War and God of War Ragnarok, we don't know what they're up to. So maybe we could see a hint of that. Who else? Oh, Saros, from Housemarque. But again, I think they already said that game doesn't come out until... Did they say it comes out in 2026, or did they say it comes out No, it was 2026. But I could see them dropping a gameplay trailer here. But again, it's so far out that I don't know if they would. Yeah, it's kind of hard thinking of what could show up at PlayStation at a state of play. I mean, obviously they could show off again Where Winds Meet. We finally got some a announcement or a celebration trailer not too long ago. They showed off a little bit about the game there. There's Phantom Blade Zero. There's Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. But I'm actually thinking those are better off or might be showing up at Summer Game Fest instead of PlayStation. Yeah, when it comes to PlayStation, it's kind of hard to think what could be coming. I mean, obviously, most of the games in the I'm probably gonna be showing B-roll during this of their games, and most of them have come out except for I want to say Little Nightmares 3 and Death Stranding 2, which is actually out this month. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. What could PlayStation bring to the table to the state of play? Oh god, the one game that popped, I don't know, this game is nowhere in my mind, but for whatever reason it just popped in there, and I think it's because I was thinking haphazardly about Arc Raiders and stuff, live service games like that. Fair Games. That game that looks oh man. I don't know, that game looks, to me, I think that game looks dead on arrival, especially with the epic failure that was Concord. And I don't know, people are already clamoring for Arc Raiders. That I don't see Fair Games getting their getting their portion of that audience. I don't see it. But yeah, like I when it comes to PlayStation, it's really, really rough to think of what they could possibly be showing and bringing besides Ghost of Yotei and possibly Wolverine. Because again, Saros, that comes out next year, and I just don't see them showing off anything anytime soon. Maybe a gameplay trailer. And yeah, I don't know, because Blue Point was working on a game that got canceled, but maybe they're working on something else they could show off. And again, like I said before, the people, Santa Monica Studios, what are they working on? Maybe we'll get a hint of that. But yeah, when it comes to PlayStation, I'm honestly a little stumped at what they could possibly bring into the table, except for, again, Ghost of Yotei and Wolverine. Because again, Saros is, again, I'm not positive on that. Intergalactic even more so. Again, I'm pretty sure they've already confirmed or stated that game's not coming out until 2027. So I honestly don't see anything of that showing up. So yeah, I guess if I had to put money on anything, it's gonna have to be just Ghost of Yotei and Wolverine. Those are the things showing up. Maybe Tides of Annihilation. That game had a good showing, a good trailer. People were really intrigued by it. So maybe we'll see some of that. But yeah, PlayStation. What are you working on, PlayStation? Where are your first party games? What are you guys doing? I want to know. Show me something good. All right, now on to the big one, Summer Game Fest. But actually, real quick, going back to PlayStation and their state of play, I just, thinking back on it now, like, I really didn't make any predictions. I just was speculating the whole time. My prediction for the state of play is that they will be focused mostly on third-party games. Maybe third-party exclusives, maybe just third-party platform games, but I just don't see, like, besides Ghost of Yotei and Wolverine, I don't see anything else for PlayStation showing up. Again, I've said it a million times already, but like, Saros is out next year, and I think, a little too soon for them, and even more so for Intergalactic. So yeah, like, I honestly think this coming state of play is just going to be focused on third party more than anything else. Okay, but again, now on to the big boy, Summer Game Fest. And even from the sizzle reel itself, we can already get a hint of like what games are, maybe going to show up. So Mixtape, I think, will show up. Maybe we'll get a release date for that. Same thing with the Lies of P Overture DLC. We've been getting like, people have had previews of it and stuff like that, but we have no release date. So I'm thinking we're going to get a release date trailer for that. I will say, I think Judas is showing up. We haven't heard or seen that game in a while. Well, I think Judas is going to be showing up. Yeah, there's quite a few things in my head that I'm thinking could show up that I'm just like, ooh. I mean, Death Stranding, they have their own little, apparently, event happening also on the 8th, which I just confirmed is Sunday, not Monday. So the Xbox Showcase and event and, this Death Stranding 2 event, they're on Sunday, the June 8th. But, yeah, so, like, I mean, that doesn't mean that Death Stranding can't have another trailer. I mean, we all know how much Kojima loves releasing crazy-ass trailers. So he could totally drop another trailer during Summer Game Fest and still have that, like, I believe it's a gameplay showing on June 8th. So that could totally happen. But yeah, like, oh man, there's like so many games running through my head and I can't even think of them all. Ooh, Replaced. This is a game I would love to see. I'm not going to predict it, but I'm going to hope to see Replaced. Because that is a game I've been like really looking at for a long while, and it looks so cool. And yeah, I would really love to see Replaced finally come in, get a release date for that. It's been a while since we've seen that game. And actually, hold on, I think I wrote a few down just so I can see here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I said it during when I was saying state of play, but Wu Chang Fallen Feathers and Phantom Blade Zero, I don't know, I see them more likely showing up here than I do at state of play. I mean, it's completely possible they'll show up at both. I mean, it's totally possible. But yeah, like, if I had to split the difference, I would say that Wu Chang Fallen Feathers would show up at Summer Game Fest, and Phantom Blade Zero would show up at the State of Play. So if I had to split the difference, I would say it's like that. But like honestly, I think both of them are more likely to show up at Summer Game Fest than just PlayStation. And then, you know, Summer Game Fest always like they've had a really good reputation with Netherworld. And they've always like shown off like Mortal Kombat and like the last few times. So yeah, now that it's been confirmed that Mortal Kombat 1 is officially done, which I think is a little heartbreaking for a lot of people. They were hoping for more. Maybe we'll see the next game they're working on, which apparently people are already thinking it's Injustice 3. I don't know. That's not that big of a stretch in my opinion, because I'm sure that once they, you know, started working on just DLC, like they had their main workforce already working on the next game, while the, you know, remnants were working on the DLC for Mortal Kombat 1 and stuff. So I possibly see Injustice 3 showing up. Speaking of fighters, this one is a long shot. I don't know if Summer Game Fest is the place they would do it, but would we see a character reveal or something for the new Virtua Fighter? That's the question. Because not too long ago they had a Sega Direct, not a Sega Direct, what was it? They did something where they showed off Wolf. So maybe we'll get another character trailer or something for Summer Game Fest. But yeah, I don't know. Not sure about that one. And then this is more of a meme than anything, but Silksong showing up. Anybody? Silksong showing up? I know it's a meme at this point, but I mean, it has been long enough and people have been wondering, so like, you know, maybe Silksong shows up. But the thing I'm actually more on about for Summer Game Fest is not necessarily games. Well, it is games, but like apparently it's been rumored or it's been like leaked that Arc Raiders, they got like a little update patch or something that like brings the ability to play the game, like it almost gives you the opportunity to play the game. And people were like, whoa, how did this get in there? So some people are speculating that they're gonna embark because of, I don't know if it was already planned this way or just because of the insanely positive reception for it, but apparently there's like murmurings that Arc Raiders might get shadow dropped during Summer Game Fest, in which case that's pretty awesome. And again, like for those of you who saw my video about how when I played Marathon, the beta test or alpha, whatever it's called, and then I played the Marathon closed network test, you'll know that I gravitated toward Arc Raiders way more. I found that game to be way more fun. And again, like the internet blew up. So many people just fell in love with that game and they wanted it out already. So I could totally see them just like saying, let's just drop it. But yeah, so that's the rumor. So I am going to predict that Arc Raiders will get, if it's not shadow dropped, it's going to get a release date during Summer Game Fest. That is my, and it not only will it get a release date, but it's going to release, I want to say, within a month of Summer Game Fest. That's my speculation, that's my thought. But yeah, when it comes to Summer Game Fest, again, there's so many games they could show off. There's so many partners they have. Obviously, like Sonic could show up with the new Sonic Cross Worlds Racer. You know, Daimu Karma, you know, they showed it during the B-roll, you know, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. So there's a bunch of games that show up that I'm probably just not thinking of, but I'm just trying to think of things that I think are really likely to show up and that I want to show up, which is why I named off like Replaced and you know, Phantom Blade Zero and stuff like that. But the big thing about you know, the big thing about Summer Game Fest is their end reveal, their end announcement. And honestly, I had actually thought that their final announcement for that night was going to be the second trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. I honestly believe that the second trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6 was supposed to be shown at Summer Game Fest, but because of the game's delay, and investors, I guess losing faith in Rockstar or that they decided to release the trailer early to get investors' hopes back up, to let them know, oh, okay, nope, keep being positive, or it's coming. So I honestly think the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer was supposed to be Summer Game Fest's big, last number. But not anymore. Not there anymore. So I'm curious what they could be their last big number. And again, I hate to even say it, but Kingdom Hearts 4, there's been people hyping, rumoring, and obviously those screenshots they released got people up in a fervor, and honestly I just don't see it happening. I don't see Kingdom Hearts 4 happening at Summer Game Fest. Would I be ecstatic and happy to be wrong? Of course, but I just don't see it happening. I don't see Square Enix, one of their biggest, because they did do that with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. They did actually show it off at Summer Game Fest, or was that the Game Awards? No, it was Summer Game Fest. Was it? I don't know. I can't remember. So I guess it is possible, but I just don't see it. I do not see Kingdom Hearts 4 showing up, this soon. I just don't see it. So that leaves it to be what will be their big ending blowout showing, or big blowout trailer. And yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know what could be their big ending number, because of the games I've already listed, I would love to see them, but they are not ending. They're not show enders. You know what I'm saying? No offense to Phantom Blade Zero, no offense to Replaced and Virtua Fighter, and just no offense to any of those guys, but they're not show enders. You need something huge, usually, to end a show. And yeah, Summer Game Fest. Now that Grand Theft Auto 6 is off the table, well, you know what? It's not completely off the table, because they could show a gameplay trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. That could be their show ender. An actual gameplay trailer. Ooh boy. Because the first two trailers, they've already stated that, hey, it's an engine and there is gameplay mixed in there. But, we don't really see that. We don't really know that. For them to show actual gameplay, that would be huge. So you know what? That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say their big showstopper is going to be a gameplay trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. Because again, I just don't see... I know, again, people rumoring and people whatever about Kingdom Hearts 4. I just don't see it happening. I'm sorry, I just don't see it happening. If I'm wrong, praise be. I'm happy to be wrong. But I just don't see it happening. I don't see Kingdom Hearts 4 showing up at Summer Game Fest or anytime soon. That's just me. Last but not least, we have Xbox, which, again, I know there are a bunch of shows, before and after, or in between, after, Summer Game Fest. I think they have the next Unreal event or showing, on the 3rd. Which again is Tuesday. There's a bunch of... please know that I'm just going over these ones because these are the ones I'm more familiar with. But yeah, when it comes to Xbox, they're for sure going to show off Fable. I have no doubt in my mind about that. They're going to for sure show off Gears of War Emergence Day, the prequel. They're going to for sure show that off. And there are two games they can end the show with. Which, I know I'm already talking about the end of the show, because honestly, when it comes to Xbox, I really don't know what else they could. Because, like, again, it's way too early for Elder Scrolls 6, especially after the release of Oblivion, the 4 remaster. I just don't see them talking about that or showing that off anytime soon. If they do, it will probably be another, like, announcement video, like a little, like, concept footage one. So maybe they'll do that, but I just don't think we'll see Elder Scrolls 6, at least not yet. And then I would have said Hi-Fi Rush 2 if these morons at Microsoft didn't close down the studio after that game did gangbusters financially and gangbusters critically, like review-wise, and they closed this, still to this day, one of the stupidest things I believe Microsoft has ever done. Thank God they got saved by, I believe it was Crafton, yeah, that's what they're called, whatever. Thank God for them, even though I'm, you know, hopefully they're hands off, they don't mess with them and their game, but like, yeah, but if Microsoft hadn't blundered that whole thing, I would have said Hi-Fi Rush 2, but I don't see them doing that for Xbox. I don't see it happening. Yeah, Xbox, come on, what else? Can't really think of anything else. I mean, obviously, maybe updates to Fallout 76. Maybe an update to the show. Maybe they'll show the trailer show. Yeah, a trailer for the second season of the show. I mean, that's possible. But yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, there are two possibilities for show enders. Now, this one, the first one to talk about, is more of a long shot, just because we've heard how the company has been, it's been very turbulent there. Things have not been going well, and I believe some people have departed the project and stuff like that. And I believe that's the Blade game, which I think is being made by is it Arcane? I mean, I'm honestly, like, I can't remember, but yeah, like, obviously they're off the the game. I even forget the name of the game, but it was the vampire game they made that was just not good. Like, oh man, it was bad. It was real bad, and they got hammered for it. But yeah, I think they're in charge of the Blade game. Are they not? But again, that's why I'm saying, like, this game, the Blade game, is more of a long shot than anything else, because again, the things surround, you know, like, things have not been going well, apparently, from what rumors are saying and stuff, like, things are saying, like, so it's possible that could be their show ender, but I'm not putting money on it. The game I do believe will be their big ender, their big game of the show, is going to be Perfect Dark. I mean, ever since they finally showed, like, that one gameplay portion a while back, and the, you know, oh my god, it looked so good, and there is no way this game doesn't show up. I'm saying it's gonna be the show ender, but they can probably put it either in the beginning or in the middle or somewhere. But like, I honestly think that's gonna be their big game for the end. I think it's gonna be Perfect Dark. Possibly Blade, that's a long shot, but I'm betting money on Perfect Dark being their show ender. Because again, I think Elder Scrolls 6 is too far away, unless they do like a little concept or, like, you know, image trailer where it's just like an announcement saying, hey, Elder Scrolls 6 is being made, or, like, you know, it's something, you know. So it's completely possible they'll do that. And yeah, Doom the Dark just came out, so I don't see it having anything to work on. Again, because of their bungling with Tango Gameworks, I can't say Hi-Fi Rush 2. But yeah, maybe something from Rare. We haven't heard from Rare in a little while. I mean, they're obviously behind Sea of Thieves, so they're working on that, but maybe they're working on something else as well. But yeah, like, my prediction is Perfect Dark is going to be their show ender. That's the game they're going to be ending on, and they're probably going to be it's either starting with Fable and ending with Perfect Dark, or vice versa. Starting with Perfect Dark and ending with Fable. That's my prediction. That's my prediction when it comes to Xbox. But yeah, other than that, I really can't think of anything else. And obviously, there's probably like a bunch of games I'm not considering and thinking of. Obviously, they have Compulsion Games where they're still working on that one. It was that one like steampunk looking game. I forget what it's called, like Steam Hearts or something. I forget what it's called. There's that as well. But again, I don't. That for sure actually will get a trailer. I think it's possible for them to show up with a trailer. But again, I don't think it's like one of their. I don't think it's a game they're gonna focus on. At least not yet. I think that's a game they might focus on putting a developer direct, and not necessarily an Xbox showcase. But again, I could be wrong, and I would be ecstatic to be wrong. Let me be wrong about everything on here. Let them have everything I just said and more. I would be happy to be wrong. But yeah, those are my, I guess, predictions for Xbox, if you can call them that. But alright guys, those were my thoughts and reaction to the Summer Game Fest hype trailer, and these were also my predictions for Summer Game Fest, you know, Sony's rumored state of play, and the Xbox showcase happening on Sunday. Again, I know most of those weren't really predictions, it's really just my thoughts and my assumptions, but you know, I just wanted to get my thoughts out there in general, so please bear with me. And let me know in the comments down below if you agree or not, disagree, you like what I said, didn't like. Let me know what games I maybe missed or not remembering. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear from you guys. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I appreciate any feedback. Subscribe. I'm streaming on both Twitch and YouTube because I have not figured out multi-streaming. So if you'd like, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JustAGamerInc, all together one word, or you can click the link below. And on YouTube, just hit that notification to know when I go live. But again, like, what are your thoughts on the hype sizzle reel? What are your thoughts on Summer Game Fest? Are you hyped for it? Are you excited? What games are you hoping to see? What games are you predicting you'll see? Like, do you think Arc Raiders will be Shadow Drop like I do? Like, again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. I would love to hear from you. But regardless, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.